What do Mike Trout, Chris Bryant, and Bryce Harper all have in common? They won a Rookie of the Year and an MVP sometime throughout their career, but it doesn't work like that for everyone. What's going on, guys? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another Major League Baseball video. We are going to have a lot of fun today because I've been meaning to make this video for almost a year now, ever since Christian Yelich was traded to the Brewers and absolutely exploded in the second half. I've been waiting for this, so today is the day. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be talking about players who were average or even sucked before becoming a superstar. So if you guys can think of anyone, make sure you guys let me know in the comment section down below. And one more thing, guys, if you're going to any baseball games soon or any football games, anything like that, make sure you use code Fuzzy for $20 off Seatgeek tickets. Without further ado, let's talk about our first average to superstar player. In this video, we're only going to be talking about players that are currently playing. So the first guy, this one's going to be kind of a on the fence one because he's a free agent, but he could be signed at any moment. Jose Bautista. If you guys did not know, back in 2004, he was cut by 3 different teams. I did not even know that. From 2004 to 2009, he only averaged 96 games played with 10 home runs, 30 RBIs, and a 729 OPS. So this guy was not very good at baseball, and I'm not sure what clicked to him, but as soon as that calendar year flipped from 2009 to 2010, he absolutely exploded. From 2010 to 2015, he broke out. He averaged playing in 138 games with 38 home runs, 97 RBIs, and a 945 OPS. The guy was a completely different player, so he is the perfect example. As if you guys are struggling in baseball right now, maybe you have the yips, maybe it's just something's not going your way. Keep working hard, keep your head down, and stay humble, because you could end up like Jose Bautista, cut by 3 different teams in a single year to being a 6-time All-Star and being in the top 10 for MVP 4 different times. Jose Bautista, he's got to be the #1 player on this list. I know he's not playing well in 2019 and not really playing at all, actually, but yeah, he made the list. Way to go. Coming up next, we have one of the biggest faces in baseball, Christian Yelich. If you guys don't remember, he was actually part of the Miami Marlins team that was actually poised to be pretty good. Unfortunately, Jose Fernandez did pass away, and I feel like that's what really started the snowball of them trading away their best pieces. From 2013 to 2015, we're talking about 3 full seasons. Christian Yelich only had 20 home runs and 114 RBIs total. Now, he did have a .290 batting average, so he was always known to be pretty good at getting on base. He got a little bit better between 2016 and 2017, as he also had a .290 batting average, but he upped the home runs from 20 to 39 and also had 179 RBIs and an 833 OPS in those 2 seasons. But then, if we go to 2018 to 2019, I mean, the rest is history. If we combine 2018 with the first half of his 2019, Christian Yelich has a .327 batting average with 67 home runs, 177 RBIs, and a 1,049 OPS. And oh yeah, there's still one half of baseball still left to play this year, so I can't imagine what his stats are going to be like at the end of this year. So Christian Yelich, the fact that he was traded for Lewis Brinson of the Brewers, that's got to be one of the worst trades ever. I'm sorry, Jeter and Miami Marlins fans, but wow, that's terrible. But Christian Yelich, way to make the list, man. As an Indians fan, I can tell you a lot about our next player, Max Scherzer. He started his career with the Detroit Tigers. He wasn't bad, but he wasn't the Max Scherzer that he is today. From 2008 to 2012, he had a .388 ERA with a 3 walks per 9 and a 9.3 strikeouts per 9. So again, you don't have to be really bad, but if you're an average player turning into a superstar, you've made the cut. Max Scherzer was always capable of big-time numbers, but he was not able to put it together until 2013, where he really just broke out. From 2013 to now 2019, almost 7 fully complete seasons, he has a 2.76 ERA with a 2.1 walks per 9 and an 11.2 strikeouts per 9. So everything across the board, every stat that you care about as a pitcher, Max Scherzer got 100 times better. So he is the perfect example, whereas if you're a pitcher out there struggling, keep at it. I promise you guys, determination and hard work, it pays off. Speaking of hard work and dedication, the next player that we have to talk about, he wasn't even included in a 2008 trade for CC Sabathia. He was literally a player to be named later. If you guys don't know what that means, it's kind of just a throw-in pick, but unfortunately for the Brewers, they missed out on Michael Brantley. From 2010 to 2013, Michael Brantley kind of did play like a player to be named later. He wasn't very good. He had a .275 average over those 3 seasons, or 4 seasons I should say, with 6 home runs and 50 RBIs and a 712 OPS. So pretty much he was Billy Hamilton without the speed and the glove. But luckily for Michael Brantley, the Indians saw something in him and they did not give up on him. And in 2014, he returned the favor with a .327 batting average, 20 home runs, and 97 RBIs with an .890 OPS. OPS. I think that he was second or third in MVP, just behind either Miguel Cabrera and Mike Trout. I think I'm remembering right, but I could be wrong. But Michael Brantley, he really broke out, and he's been raking ever since then. And in 2019, all you Astros fans, you guys better just enjoy him, because Michael Brantley rakes, bro. When I was young, JD Martinez was one of the most hyped prospects in baseball. I used to watch Baseball Tonight every single day with Tim Kirkjian and John Crook. They used to hype this guy up, but unfortunately from 2011 to 2013 with the Astros, he only averaged playing in 84 games with 8 home runs and 42 RBIs with a 687 OPS. So JD Martinez was a straight scrub. I'm not going to be too mean, but he wasn't very good for the Astros. But in 2016 with the Detroit Tigers, he broke out with a .315 batting average with 23 home runs and 76 RBIs and a .912 OPS. That's already really good, but then he turned up the notch even more, and if we take 2017 and 2018 and average them out, he had a .319 batting average with 44 home runs, 117 RBIs, and a 1,046 OPS. So JD Martinez, nothing but respect for that guy, because he could have quit. He was that bad, but he turned it around, fixed his swing, and look at him now, an MVP candidate in the American League. Andrew Miller has definitely been on a roller coaster since the beginning of his career. If you guys don't know, he was with the Tigers and the Marlins before he actually went to the Red Sox and saved his career from 2006 to 2011. Get this, guys. Andrew Miller had a 5.7 ERA with a 5.4 walks per nine and a 7.2 strikeouts per nine. So he was straight buns. But in 2012, he really found his stride. He went back to the bullpen. From 2012 to 2017, that entire stretch of time, he had a 2.01 ERA with only a 2.8 walks per nine and an insane 14.1 strikeouts per nine. Andrew Miller, what a guy. So guys, before we move on to the next player, I want you all to let me know in the comment section down below who has been the biggest surprise so far. A lot of you guys might have not even known that these players weren't very good to start out their career. In my opinion, I feel like it has to go to Christian Yelich or Max Scherzer right now. Maybe Michael Brantley, because he was a player to be named later, and now he's a multiple-time All-Star. And the next guy, Javier Baez, he's kind of the same deal. Javier Baez is one of the most exciting players in baseball today, if not the most exciting player, but it wasn't always like that. He was a first-round draft pick. I believe he was the 9th overall pick when he was drafted, but his first couple seasons, he really had to learn to play the game of baseball again, because Major League Baseball players, they were a whole lot better than he was. From 2014 to 2016, Javier Baez only averaged playing in 74 games. In those 74 games, he managed to hit 8 home runs, 28 RBIs, and he had 11 walks to 76 strikeouts with a 244 batting average. So Javier Baez, he really had to struggle before he became a superstar. In 2017, he kind of broke out with 23 home runs and a 273 batting average. And then in 2018, this man really took the baseball world by storm with 34 bombs, 111 RBIs, which led the entire National League. Oh yeah, on top of that, he also had 21 stolen bases. And then in 2019, he is doing the exact same thing. So Javier Baez, he's going to be someone to mess with for quite some time. But again, just like everyone else, it wasn't always like that. All right, guys, so I am going to have to take the fattest L of 2019 with this next player, because when Jose Ramirez first came onto the scene for the Cleveland Indians, I thought that he was the worst player in baseball. And to be honest with you guys, from 2014 to 2015, he might have been exactly that. He had a 237 batting average with 8 home runs, 44 RBIs, and a 638 OPS. But then in 2016, something seemed to click. I don't know if it was Francisco Lindor giving him advice, but he broke out with a 312 batting average with 11 home runs, 76 RBIs, and an 825 OPS. So again, I would say those are really good numbers, but not MVP type Jose Ramirez like he was from 2017 to 2018. The average of those 2 seasons, he had a 294 batting average with 47 doubles, 34 home runs, 94 RBIs, 26 stolen bases, and a 948 OPS. In those 2 seasons, if you combine them, you almost have Mike Trout numbers, which I'm not saying Jose Ramirez is Mike Trout, especially in 2019 when he's almost kind of reverted back to 2014 version of Jose Ramirez. He is hitting 300 in his last few games, so I'm hoping that he picks it up. But yeah, Jose Ramirez, I was for sure wrong with this guy. He's really good. You know what's crazy about DJ LeMahieu is the fact that he's 6'4" and he's never really been a power hitter up until 2000, I would say about 2016. From 2011 to 2014, this guy, I'm not talking about his average season total. This was total. between 3 seasons. He had a 276 batting average, so again, that's very average, I would say, with 9 home runs and 96 RBIs. So you can say that DJ LeMahieu, he was not a run producer, if you ask me. 2015 was kind of an alright year, and then in 2016, DJ LeMahieu, again, just something clicks in these man's heads where I'm just not sure what happens, but they just figure out how to play baseball like they did in high school. He had a 348 batting average with 11 home runs, and then in 2019, he's been a completely different human being. He has a 336 batting average with 12 home runs and 63 RBIs, almost career highs, and this is all in the first half. So I really feel like him playing at Yankee Stadium has really added to his success. I think the people that they have there for trainers, they're only adding to him with 6'4". He's got a bit of muscle now. I think that DJ, even at 30 years old, he still has a few prime years left ahead of him. So DJ, way to turn it around, bud. I can't really put this in any other way aside from saying Jake Arrieta was awful from 2010 to 2017. Almost 8 seasons of pure mediocrity. He had a 5.23 ERA, a 4 walks per 9, and a 6.9 strikeouts per 9, but everything changed when he was traded to the Chicago Cubs in the mid-season of 2014. So from that point on to the end of 2016, my man Jake Arrieta had a 2.42 collective ERA. He improved his per 9 stats in every single way. He went from a 4 walks per 9 to a 2.5 walks per 9, a 6.9 strikeouts per 9 to a 9.2, and oh yeah, back in 2015, he won a Cy Young Award. He was also top 10 in the Cy Young in all 3 years. He's with the Phillies now. He's not doing that great, but I feel like he was a superstar at one point. I was on my way to work back when he threw a no-hitter, and I just remember listening to it on the radio, and I was so pumped because every time that he threw a baseball back in 2016, everyone's eyeballs was glued to the TV or they were listening on the radio. So Jake Arrieta went from a straight scrub to a superstar. I know he's not very good anymore, but I gotta give him props. I'm gonna need a glass of water, or just I need someone to explain to me how this is possible. Now it goes with the theme of the rest of the video. We're gonna have to see how this man's career pans out, but Ketel Marte, I don't know what happened to him. In the first half of 2019, he hit 311 with 21 home runs and 55 RBIs in 88 games. That is insane. If we go from 2015 to 2018, he only averaged playing in 100 games, and in those 100 games, he had 6 home runs and 32 RBIs. I thought Ketel Marte was supposed to be a high contact speed threat. I mean, he doesn't even have an insane amount of stolen bases. I just do not understand how Ketel Marte is doing this. Maybe it's the launch angle era, or maybe it's the juice baseballs era. I'm not really too sure, but you guys have to let me know. How did Ketel Marte do this? I know he always had the bat speed, but I did not see this coming. What about you guys? All right, well, I think that pretty much wraps it up. I went through the entire league and I tried to find guys that were not very good and ended up being really good. So if I missed anyone, let me know in the comment section down below. The one message I want you guys to take from this video is if you're struggling out there, whether it's high school, college, or if you're even a pro baseball player right now, take after these guys. These are perfect examples as to why hard work and dedication is some of the best things that you can have in life, some of the best skills that you can have, because even if you don't have the raw talent, sometimes you can skate by working twice as hard as everyone else. Take Michael Brantley, for example. He was not good. He was so bad. He was a player to be named later, ended up being an all-star and almost MVP. So thank you guys all so much for watching. I appreciate if you make it to the end. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.